As a United fan, I never thought I'd see this day, you know. I never thought I'd see this day, but the day has come. The day has come and it's official. Liverpool FC are champions of England again. And this is why I say I never thought I'd see this in my lifetime, because when have we ever seen Liverpool win the Premier League, or the Premiership, if you like, 2 years in a short space of time? We haven't, but it's official. Mathematically, of course, they haven't lifted the trophy just yet. I think they'll lift it on the last match day against Crystal Palace at Anfield. And listen, I'm going to talk about this from a neutral standpoint, and just look at it with a different lens and take off my United hat. First of all, congratulations to Liverpool. Obviously, as a United fan, you don't want to hear it, you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to think about it, but it's reality now. And you have to say that with them equaling Man United's 20 league titles overall, there's no talks about them not being on that perch anymore, because they are. They definitely are. Remember when Sir Alex Ferguson came in and his mission was to knock Liverpool off their effing perch? You know, this is what he said at the time. And when he left Man United in 2013, that was what he had done. Fast forward a decade and a few years later, Liverpool are well and truly back on their perch. You know, and congratulations to Liverpool, because over the course of the season, you can't say that it's not deserved. In my opinion, it's deserved. Of course, we can sit here and talk about, you know, some of the players that have actively contributed and helped Liverpool to reach that milestone and to win that title. You talk about the likes of Virgil van Dijk. You talk about the likes of Mo Salah. You talk about the likes of, you know, their midfield, Alexis McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai. You talk about the whole team. Obviously, I'm talking about the main people that have actively contributed to this title. But I think you have to give credit to Arne Slot as well, who reaches a long list of managers. No, not a long list of managers, but who joins a list of managers having won the Premier League in their first season. And you've got to give him credit for that, you know. At the start of the season, when he first came in, nobody, and I mean no one, expected Arne Slot to win the Premier League in his first season. And I was one of them. I categorically said that Liverpool were going to struggle, if anything. I said that Liverpool were going to struggle. And at the same time, I was very curious to see how Slot was going to adapt to the Premier League. I was very curious to see how Slot was going to implement his tactics from the Eredivisie to the Premier League. And notoriously, managers that come from the Eredivisie to the Premier League haven't done too well. You look at the likes of Frank de Boer, you look at the likes of Erik ten Hag. So there was a bit of skepticism there, which was warranted. You know, people were worried, especially Liverpool fans. But within the first, I'd say 6-7 games, I noticed something, and I said this to a lot of people, my friends and people that support Liverpool and don't support Liverpool as well, you know, just in football conversations. I told people there's something different about Slot, and there's something different that he's done with this team, tactically, and obviously in terms of his relationships, I should say, with the players. He tweaked something in midfield, you know, Gravenberch, for example. Gravenberch didn't play this many games under Klopp. And I'm just going to cheat a little bit here, and I'm going to take my phone. 1 second. I'm going to take my phone and have a look at how many games Ryan Gravenberch has played this season. Compared to last season, yeah? Last season, he played 26 games in the Premier League. This season, he played 34. 34 Premier League games. That's nearly all of them. And I think that's all of them. And there's 4 games left. That means he is potentially going to play a full season of Premier League football. And I'm not talking about coming off the bench. I'm talking about starting games, the majority of them. And, that tweak in midfield, obviously bringing in the likes of Alexis McAllister, etc., etc. Did he come in this season? Was it last season? I might be chatting rubbish. McAllister. Hold on, people. Let me check this. Did he come in this season? He came in last season. My bad. But yeah, just to reiterate what I was saying, he tweaked something in midfield that immediately caught my eye, and I was like, there's something different about this Liverpool team. About this Liverpool team. And sometimes when you've been playing under a manager for such a long time, like they did with Klopp, and it's just the nature of football, in my opinion. You just need a new voice. You need fresh ideas, new ideas. You need a new voice, a new dominant voice in the dressing room. You need new instructions. You need new tactics. And you just need something new, and something just needed to be refreshed. And that's why I said, when Klopp left, I said it's the right decision, because not many managers know when and how to leave. A lot of managers are stubborn and they think they can turn it around when clearly they can't turn around the situation. Do you know what I mean? So I give credit to Klopp for leaving at the right time, but I also give credit to Slots for coming in and immediately impacting this team in many ways. I think the minutes he managed of each player, was fantastic. The way he managed some of the minutes from strikers, midfielders, and defenders, and it was really impressive to see. So you can't say it's not deserved. One thing I really rated about Liverpool as a neutral fan is Liverpool weren't necessarily, and I'm going to sound like a hater here, but I wouldn't say they dominated every single game. There were games where, Liverpool struggled a little bit. Yes. There were games where Liverpool went down to 10 men and they had to scrape a win or scrape a draw, But one thing I always give credit to Liverpool for is, they knew how to score at the right time. And that's something that not many teams know how to do. Majority of the games, again, because I know in certain games, a lot of players went missing, performances weren't up to the level, i.e. Champions League against PSG, etc., etc. But in the majority of the games, Liverpool just knew when to score at the right time. And more often than not, when the momentum is against you, but you know how to score at the right time, you can change a whole game. Equally, when you do have the momentum and you score at the right time, the momentum's with you and it stays with you. And for large parts of the season, that's what Liverpool managed to do. Today, again, they played against Tottenham, and I know Tottenham rested, a lot of their natural starters because they have Bodo Glimt to the Europa League on Thursday. But after conceding that goal, 3-4 minutes after? Boom. Equalising. Boom. 2-1. Boom. 3-1. Like, they have this gene where they know how to score at the right time. So, full credit has to go to Liverpool. And obviously, like I said, as a United fan, there's certain stuff that we can't say anymore. Certain songs that we can't sing anymore. 20 times Man United. I mean, it's probably going to ring at Old Trafford anyway, but are we going to be able to say that with chest like we're used to? Probably not. And also, no, I was going to say something else that had nothing to do with this. But anyway, congratulations to Liverpool. They deserve it. They deserve it. And, the title next year is theirs to lose, because a lot of teams are going to improve. I'm sure a lot of teams are going to be raring to go, ready to try and get that title off them, and they're going to try and do their best. So I believe next season is going to be very, very interesting, to say the least. I think a lot of teams are going to improve. And in a season where a lot of people have said that it's been a poor season, and I kind of agree to a certain extent, in a season where people say that this has been a very poor season, Liverpool have kind of held their own, because you do have the likes of Brighton, the likes of Fulham, the likes of Aston Villa, teams that would normally sit mid-table emerging out of nowhere and getting good results and really playing some attractive football and killing some of the giants, you know. City, how many games have they lost on the bounce against some of these teams? United, how many games have they lost against some of these teams? Arsenal, how many games have they drawn or lost against some of these teams? So you've got to give credit to Liverpool for standing the test of time against these teams that I've just mentioned who emerged out of nowhere. But Liverpool held their own, you know. So listen, as a United fan, it hurts, but at the end of the day, it's football. And you've got to give credit where it's due. It's not going to be a nice sight to see them lift the trophy. I'm not going to lie. But listen, it is what it is. And if anything, this should motivate United even more because they're going to look at that and go, yeah, we need to improve on all areas and we need to make sure that we compete again so that we can be at the same level as a Liverpool, as a Arsenal, as a Man City, who I know fell off this year, but I'm sure they'll be back next season. So yeah, Liverpool fans, this is your day, and you have all the right to celebrate, but I don't. But anyway, people, if you made it till the end of this video, make sure you head over to the comment section and type in Liverpool champions. Not that I'm happy about it, but yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe. Send this to a Liverpool fan. Make them happy. Make their day. And I shall see you very soon, people. It's road to 20K. And thanks for watching. Peace.